Welcome back to Never Shut Up. It's your boy Marcellus Wiley out here, scruffy, looking roughy. Oh, man, but as rough as I look, wasn't as rough as some of these players I'm about to talk about had it in the NFL in terms of postseason success, postseason opportunities, right? Now, we always look at these athletes, especially the great ones, and say, how many championships did they win, right? But sometimes that's skipping steps. Before you even talk about how many championships you won, you got to be in position to win a championship. You got to have the opportunity to win a championship. That means you had to have postseason success. Well, let's take it even further. I had to dig into the crates for this one and have some fun with you guys. There are some tremendous, great players that not only didn't win a championship, but didn't even make it to the postseason and have postseason success. Y'all like, what? Great players that didn't even make the playoffs? Yes, let's talk through this. Wow. Did y'all know that Archie Manning, yes, Peyton and Eli's daddy, yes, the royal father he is, did not make the postseason at all. Ever. Y'all remember the New Orleans Saints and the paper bags and all that? Yeah, we all remember that. But damn, if you would have put a gun to my head and said, did Archie Manning ever make the postseason? I'd be like, yeah. And they would have went, boom. And I was like, oh, that hurt. So Archie Manning never made it. Ryan Fitzpatrick from Harvard never made it. Didn't he play like 938 years and never made it to the postseason? I think I would have lost that trivia as well. What about you guys? Now, Takeo Spikes, another great player. I played against Takeo. Y'all know Mr. Neck, all neck team. He was a beast, right? He played for Cincinnati, so it was kind of like, I might have won that trivia. Just the fact that you would have asked me, did Takeo Spikes ever make the postseason playing for Cincinnati? I'd probably be like, nope. And I would have won one. All right, now let's get into the top 5 named good players that did not make the postseason ever. Let's start off with a friend of mine who actually goes to our kids' school, and I see him all the time, former great football player and now actor and married to Kerry Washington, Nnamdi Asomugha. Y'all remember Big Nnamdi? First of all, Nnamdi, my height. Nnamdi is huge. And Nnamdi was one of the NFL's most feared cornerbacks. He played for the Raiders, late 2000s. Y'all remember it? That's when he peaked. Quarterbacks knew to avoid him, especially in man-to-man. That dude was a beast, elite. First-team All-Pro a couple of times. They only targeted him in 3 years, 136 times in his final 60 games as a Raider. That's beasting. 8 interceptions, 2007. He was a man, child. He was a beast. Then he went to the Eagles. Remember in 2011, they had the dream team they were talking about? Yeah, that didn't go well. And then he went to the Niners, and they cut him. That's the same year the Niners went to the NFC Championship game. So, damn it, there goes all his postseason opportunities. Never made it. Brandon Marshall, probably one of the best receivers in NFL history, especially with having 1,200-yard seasons for 4 different teams. Now, he played for a total of 7 different teams, but do not sleep on this dude. He was a monster. Remember with the Bears and the Jets? He set records, also with the Broncos, 2009. One game he had 21 catches. Big dude, played for all those teams. He was 16th all time when he retired, 970 catches. One of the best receivers ever. Then he went to the Seahawks, got cut. They made the playoffs. Then he went to the Saints, got cut, and they made the playoffs. Damn. Joe Thomas. I was like, Joe Thomas? Cleveland Browns. Yeah, I get it. This is great. Look at his biography right here. 2007, number 3 overall pick. One of the best O-linemen ever. We all know, played 11 years. All-pro 6 times. Third most for all left tackles. Dude played 10,363 snaps in a row before finally having that snap with an injury in 2017. Damn. He was a beast. Then he almost got traded to the Denver Broncos, but that didn't go through. Guess what the Denver Broncos did that year? Yep, they won the Super Bowl. Oh, man, so he had to stay in Cleveland from the beginning to the end, including being on IR when they went 0-16. 0-16 is bad enough. And you not playing? Ooh, that's horrible. Gale Sayers. Oh, this is number 2. You know him. They called him one of the most elusive, great players ever. Didn't play that long, but the Kansas Comet was a beast. 22 touchdowns as a rookie. What? Kept getting hurt. His knees kept giving out on him, but he still kept returning to form and playing great. But in 4.5 healthy years, check this out. He made 5 All-Pro teams in 4.5 years. Damn. Half a year he made an All-Pro. Was a beast. One of the most exciting players in NFL history. I would have lost that trivia. And this one, I certainly would have lost it. Dick Butkus. What? Like, people use Dick Butkus as like the symbol of NFL toughness and greatness. Never made the postseason. They talked about how tough he was. He played for the Bears when the Bears were sorry, basically. He was taken before Gale Sayers, one spot, and he made 8 Pro Bowls and 5 All-Pro teams in the 60s and 70s, made the all-decade teams. All that greatness, and no postseason success. You know the narrative one-on-one. You're not great unless you won a Super Bowl. And then sometimes y'all take a little off that. Well, you're not great unless you did something, came close, or made your team better. Well, I just named a bunch of amazing players that never won it all. And I always keep that in my back pocket when y'all start trying to clown Barry Sanders or something like that. I'm like, dog, not only did he never win it all, but some guys never even had a chance to win it all and still are on some of the Mount Rushmore lists as some of the greats. So I had a suspect playoff career as well. I went 0-3 in the playoffs. So that means one and done one year, one and done one year, one and done one year. We lost to Dan Marino one time. I had a sack, though, at least. Hey. And then we lost to the Patriots the year before. They were the perfect Patriots in Jacksonville. And then the Music City Miracle, obviously. It took God. It took the forces of nature. It took a miracle to stop that Buffalo Bills team that year. So 0-3 in the playoffs. But I'm not nearly as great as these guys, but still, they suffer from what I suffer from. No rings unless they're married.